Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to talk about a really tragic and disturbing incident that happened in Christchurch, New Zealand. This is something that's been on my mind a lot, and I think it's important for us to discuss it openly, honestly, and with the right context. Let me start by breaking down what happened, and then we can talk about the bigger picture. The incident took place on Wednesday night around 11 p.m. at a home on Clyde Road in Brindara, Christchurch. The police were called to the scene after receiving a report that a man was armed with a knife and was threatening himself and his partner. Now, this is a situation that police are trained to handle, but it's always going to be high stress and high risk, especially when there's a weapon involved and the safety of others is at stake. They found a woman running from the house, followed by a man with a knife. According to police, they shot the man because they believed the woman was in imminent danger of serious harm. This is a key point. Police make these decisions based on the information they have at the moment. And in situations like this, split-second decisions are often made under intense pressure. The situation escalated further. After the man was shot and critically injured, the woman picked up the knife and threatened the police. Officers then appealed for her to put the weapon down, but she moved forward, and as a result, she was fatally shot. Immediate medical assistance was provided, but she died shortly after. The injured man is in critical condition in the hospital as of Thursday morning. I want to be clear here, this is an extremely tragic situation. Both the woman and the man were shot by police, and the outcome was a fatality and a critical injury. This is not a situation where the police were acting recklessly or without cause. They were responding to a threat involving a knife, which is a serious weapon, and they believed the woman was in immediate danger. That's why they took the action they did. This is a deeply sad outcome. Lives were lost, and we need to ask ourselves why this happened. Why was a man with a knife threatening himself and his partner? What led to this situation? And more importantly, what can be done to prevent such incidents from occurring in the future? Superintendent Tony Hill, the Canterbury District Commander, has said that support is in place for the 10 officers who attended the scene and that cordons remain at the address with a scene examination planned over the next few days. He also emphasized that there is no ongoing threat and offered his thoughts and condolences to the families of those involved. The incident is being investigated, and as standard, the shooting will be referred to the Independent Police Conduct Authority, IPCA, for review. This is an important step because it ensures that the actions of the police are being scrutinized by an independent body, which is a good thing for accountability and transparency. The organization that owns the property where the incident occurred has confirmed that the shooting took place at one of its properties and said they would reach out to nearby tenants, making the incident somewhat surprising. This raises some questions. If the couple had a history of police involvement, why were they suddenly quiet? Was there something that happened to change their behavior? And more importantly, what could have been done to prevent this situation from escalating to the point where police had to use lethal force? Now, I want to talk about the broader context of this incident. Police use of lethal force is always a sensitive and controversial topic. It's a necessary tool in certain situations, but it's also a last resort. In New Zealand, police are trained to de-escalate situations as much as possible, but when a person is armed and poses a direct threat to others, they may have no choice but to act. However, this incident shows that even with the best training and protocols, things can still go tragically wrong. Maybe this situation could have been avoided. Mental health crises can often lead to dangerous situations, and it's crucial that we have systems in place to support people in need. This isn't just about the police, it's about the entire community and the resources available to help people in crisis. It's important that we don't jump to conclusions or spread misinformation. The police have a responsibility to act in the moment, and the public has a responsibility to support the investigation and not speculate on what happened. This is a time for empathy, not for blame, but also to provide a fair and thorough review of the incident. This is a standard procedure, and it's important that it happens. It's not about punishing the police, but about making sure that their actions were justified and that they followed the correct procedures. But they are still human. They have to deal with the emotional toll of making split-second decisions that can result in loss of life. It's important that they have the support they need, both professionally and personally. I think it's important that we continue to have these difficult conversations. We need to find ways to prevent such incidents from happening in the future. That could involve better mental health support, more community engagement, and ensuring that police have the tools and training they need to handle situations without resorting to lethal force where possible. This is a tragic and complex situation. It's not a simple case of right or wrong. It's a situation that involves multiple factors, including the actions of the police, the behavior of the individuals involved, and the broader societal and systemic issues that may have contributed to the incident. We need to approach this with compassion, understanding, and a commitment to finding solutions that prevent future tragedies. I'd love to hear them in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going in a respectful and constructive way. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.